So today is 36th visit that we had recommended.
Mm-hmm.
And why did you initially come in?
A lot of reasons. I think the most pressing one was I could not make it through a day at work without a crippling headache. Just reading on a screen felt impossible.
Now, interesting, on my initial exam form, I had a headache down, but I didn't know it was so crippling. I guess you didn't know it until it unraveled?
Until it went away. And then I really noticed.
Yeah.
It wasn't until it went away that I realized, like, oh, I can do things in the evening. Because I don't just have to, shut down and have, no external stimuli in the evening.
And what do you do in life?
I'm an artificial intelligence researcher.
Oh, that's right. How cool.
Yeah.
How utterly cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds dramatic. That's cool. So, okay. And what else besides that?
And not knowing where I was in physical space.
How did you know that? Because to other people, that could sound like science fiction because they don't feel it.
Always touching things in rooms to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I went through a doorway, I'd put my hand on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Things like, you fill up a water bottle and you always miss the water. Just the sort of, I would sometimes see, I would stop at a stoplight and realize I didn't know I was stopped because I felt like everything was moving around me.
I remember that part.
Yeah, just really a lot of anxiety in stores, needing a big space bubble around me all the time.
And dissociation.
Yeah.
Was that frequent or at times?
Well, COVID was nice because I avoided going in places where it would happen. But when I started going...
But I mean the sensation of being out of your body.
Yeah. So it would happen in a crowd or in a store.
Did you feel a relief when when your body did that? Do you feel like a lessening of tension?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. But I would leave the store and not know what I bought, and it was just sort of not a very efficient way to go through life.
After the therapy now, what's been mainly different?
So
you sat down a few minutes ago and said everything, but what's
okay? So the first thing I noticed was my periphery.
Yeah.
That was fast. That changed really quickly. I think after the month of Syntonics we did, it was I actually didn't know that people saw things out here.
Mm-hmm.
Those driving video games where it shows sort of the movement on either side of the road. I didn't think that was how people saw the road when they drove.
So you could stop at a stoplight and you'd feel like you were in the car, you're in the seat, you're physically present, and things were still. Am I correct?
You're right.
Okay.
Right. So I could see things were still. I used to constantly move my head and scan with my eyes when I was driving. And now I can look ahead and also see around me. So that's been just completely life-changing. Or to be able to go into a store and not have that immediate overwhelm. I used to have to make a list of here's everything I need and every place I'm gonna go in order and memorize the layout. And now I can just walk into a store and find what I need and it's fine. So that has been just a huge change. So that was probably the first thing I noticed. The thing that has sort of steadily improved over time is reading. I think when we started, it was just effortful constantly. I would look at a screen and lose focus and try to refocus and strain.
And yet you have a secondary degree. You have a master. You have a PhD.
Yeah, no, just a
Did you
master's.
start a PhD program?
No, I thought about it, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, off you went into the work world.
Yeah.
Well, you've done really well in that area, from what I understand.
Yeah. In hindsight, I don't know how. I mean, it was so much harder than it had to be.
Yeah, well, your work in artificial intelligence borrows or utilizes a lot of visual processing concepts.
Yeah, I mean, I think more in my head than I do. I see structure in my head really strongly.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
And it's so neat that you're using your gift. It just gives you go power, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When you're utilizing what you've been given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very motivating.
No kidding. I know. You're so lucky that you found that.
I am.
You're
very lucky.
Yeah.
Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that like ability to visualize isn't even quite the right word. But like think visually or see a structure in my mind.
Remember I said that piece is human intelligence.
Yeah.
And that, and there's a lot of information out there about that, but the better you do with that, the higher your IQ. Mm-hmm. And we call it spatial or visualization ability. It's just remarkable that you're using that to a high degree.
Yeah, well, I think, when it's effortful to read something in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
you take a lot of breaks and think about it. So I spend a lot of time staring into space and thinking.
Did you
about
opt
things.
for Audible and things of that sort?
Yeah, I have more.
Did you find that fatiguing?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't actually work very well for me if
Mm-hmm.
it's something I need to actually
Mm-hmm.
concentrate on. Mm-hmm. It works more as just like reading for pleasure, things like that.
So what would you tell people when they look at the costs involved?
It's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's not.
It just gives you a lot of value, That's the thing I'm very aware of.
I mean, it opens up hours of my day every day.
Oh, cool.
Right? I used to come home from work and just I couldn't even watch TV, I couldn't read, I just had to shut down. I have that time back.
Yeah.
I can drive at night really comfortably now.
Yeah.
It just changes, your ability to live your life, right?
Nice.
So if you think it's a dinner out or it's this, well, I'm not doing that anyway because I'm not driving at night. So
Are you driving at night now?
I am.
Oh, you are? Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel more comfortable?
Oh my gosh, it's totally different.
Oh, good. Remember I was telling you that you doubled quickly in the distance. You saw double.
Yeah.
And that was that's always an indicator that people as adults have a tough time at night behind the wheel,
Yeah, it used to just, the lights were just overwhelming. Plus not having any peripheral was just scary.
Yeah.
But now I have a lot more control.
Yeah. Well, I want you to have another mission, and that is to get the word out.
Yes.
So go to our website if you would, please. I would encourage you and look at Sue Barry. It's actually a TED Talk.
Okay.
SUEBARRY, and
Okay.
as an adult, she went through vision therapy, had 3 cross-eye surgeries as a kid, PhD, really well known in her field. Mm-hmm. And so she goes through vision therapy in her late 40s, and she kind of poo-poos it in the beginning because she sees kids around her doing it, But it was life-changing. She saw 3D, and now she talks to a lot of groups about her experiences, and she has, because of that, she's changing the face of medicine and looking at this stuff. So I would encourage you. There are a lot of people in the nation around the world who suffer from this.
Yeah.
They've been to a lot of different clinicians, and they have no hope really. And the point is to give them this opportunity. And so, well, thank you for doing this.
Yeah,
That's great.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.